ladies and gentlemen, there has been something pretty big that's occurred in the gacha space, and this has been something that's been brewing up for quite a while. And that's going to be the official closed beta. I do believe this is the second closed beta test trailer for NTE, Neverness to Everness. And boy, oh boy, do I have some thoughts to share about this game. As you all know, it's developed by the same developer that went ahead and created Tower of Fantasy. And we all know how that one went. And it's going to be an open world game. It's going to have action combat. It's going to have a lot of those things. And a lot of people are viewing it as a potential competitor, right? To Wuthering Waves, to Genshin Impact, to all of the existing giants that are in the genre. And so what I wanted to do was, of course, just like Silver Palace, see whether or not this will live up to the title as a killer to one of those games. However, do keep in mind that it does have some pretty stiff competition coming up, and we're going to dive into what exactly might happen over here instead. But without further ado, let's just go ahead, let's check it out. Let's see what Hada Studios has in store for us, because I've heard that it's okay. So let's see if it's actually good. All right. Okay, very bright vibes, giving me looks a lot like ZZZ. Feels like I'm playing open world. Please don't tell me that's the main character. Or I don't actually have a problem with the main character. I have a problem with this kind of like weird fucking Vespa that they're riding. This is lame as fuck. Please don't tell me that this is like something that we're gonna have to like use. I bet the top speed on this is like 25 miles per hour. Oh yeah, here we go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, so a big thing about this game is that it's supposed to be like anime GTA, gacha GTA. That's sort of like the vibe that I've heard a lot of people talk about. So yeah, vehicles. I think these are like the main squad of characters. Like that red-haired cat girl and then like the little kid. I think those are like the main ones that were featured in the prior beta test. So they're still, I think, taking up the spotlight over here. I don't know why I am still like really just taken aback by why they have a design like that kid in the game. Who knows? Maybe they're integrated well into the story, but it's still weird. Interesting music choice. Okay. Got some transformation abilities. I think that's definitely the male version of the MC. And this is the female version of the MC. Yeah, so they're going to be like the white-haired, blue-eyed sort of person. Yeah, we see them like, yeah, pretty obvious from that. I guess one thing that NTE did well is these transitions from like the female MC to the male MC and then the male MC to the female MC. I feel like they're done pretty actually well. One thing that I was kind of missing in the Silver Palace reveal was the fact that they did not even show the male MC like a single time in any of the trailers. Maybe they don't even have the dude modeled yet. But yeah, that was actually like a cool transition over here. I'm glad that they're featuring both characters in the actual trailer. Okay, we got the cop. Let's see how good she is to drive. Okay. All right. I like the sceneries. I think that's one thing they're doing well in this game. Okay, I don't think we definitely have not seen this character before. We 100% have not seen this character before, or maybe we have and I just wasn't paying attention. Okay, nice angle on that one. I remember her. Oh, okay. Yeah, these devs definitely. This is like the if they had chapters, for this trailer, I know it's only 3 minutes. This would be like the Gunner portion right here, like right in the middle. They got to make sure to retain viewership, right? They got to make sure to retain viewership on the trailer, so it's just like this is like the Gunner trifecta part right here. Okay. The designs seem to have gotten a lot better. Okay. What is this? Persona? Rover? That's a lot of different aesthetics in one game. That is a lot of different aesthetics in one game. They had like the whole, like, it's super high tech, like Mafia. They got the whole like Japanese kimono thing. Now they got like the, I don't know, the BDSM chamber. And, you know, like the city and then like the underground or like the underground water park. That's a lot of stuff in one game. Oh, okay. And they got the one dude. The one limited 5-star male right there. He looks pretty nice though. I will say that's a pretty sick design. He it does really remind me of, why is everyone saying Sunday? Everyone's saying Sunday. Guys, this is literally just white-haired Luocha. What do you guys even, this is just Luocha. What? Y'all are saying Sunday? Are you guys for real? Nah. What? Nah, you guys are tripping. What do you mean Sunday? What? Sunday is who you guys are talking about. Bruh. What do you guys even mean? It's just white-haired Luocha. It's the same photo. Y'all are tripping. Y'all, bruh, I forgot about him. Isn't he like free? Wasn't he free for the anniversary? Cool design though. Okay. We got rock bands. MC's gonna play a little bit too. And we got Cantarella. Okay, I'm sorry. This literally just makes me think of like Cherry Blossom Cantarella. Okay, that's a lot of characters. A little bit of combat. Okay, even the enemies are gooners too. I see. Okay, so they got some splash arts as well. Okay. Clearly they know what they're doing over here, because for this initial sort of like advertisement that they're doing, the MCs are like stuffed into like the corner over here. They're like literally like shoved into the corner, and you just got like all of like the Gooner characters that I was just talking about, all the Goonerific ones. They're literally like front and center. Okay. I guess these devs know what they're doing. Yeah, these devs know what they're doing over here. So yeah, I mean, the vibe definitely is, I think, a lot better in this closed beta test trailer compared to a lot of the stuff that we saw before. And, I mean, honestly, it doesn't look like it. The one thing I'm concerned about, just from looking at this, is the fact that they didn't come out with, like, a gameplay one as well. And, I don't know, if gender ratios are, like, a thing that people are, like, factoring in when they look at a game, you got, like, one dude, you got an optional dude, and then the rest, right, are, you know, the female members of the cast. I don't think that this is actually going to be the lineup, because there literally were more male characters that showed up in the game's first closed beta test. And yeah, I guess these are the ones that they just really wanted to market. So maybe there will be like more of a highlight on the other ones later. The other thing is the fact that, I mean, we got very, very little combat. They only showed off, like, they showed off so many different characters, right? But I think the only combat that we saw was her, where she just looks like Cantarella, which isn't a bad thing. And then we get this guy, and those are like the only, I guess we also got a little bit of the main character too. Yeah, we get a little bit of the main character too. So that's like 3 units that we got to see out of all the ones that they're showing over here. Maybe that means that kits are like still in development and they're still like ironing some stuff off, or there's, you know, maybe these characters, like these ones, her, they're all gonna be focused on a bit more in some of like the other tests or in some of the other trailers. But yeah, I feel like they could have showed a lot more relatively, or, you know, if their focus was to like just market some of the newer designs, I think that's something that they did pretty well. Yeah, they also changed the female MC's design. I think before she was wearing like leggings and like it was like a full like white sort of like dress thing going on, and now she's kind of got like the half shorts, like the half skirt aesthetic over here. So yeah, there's definitely been a lot of design changes that have been made. So I guess now it's time to talk a little bit about the skepticism that I'm gonna have for this game naturally, just based off the fact that A, I got exposed to some of the closed beta test footage from before, and I'm gonna be real here. I hope that some of the concerns that I'm gonna show you right now are going to be addressed. So this is a clip from 5 months ago on NTE from the first closed beta test. So it has been quite a while, like quite a long fucking time. This is old footage, by the way. Okay, why do all the guys just look like fucking, they literally have a stick up their ass? Why is he standing like that? Just, if the males are gonna look like this, just remove them from the fucking game. Just remove them from the game if they look like this. That and the UI for the characters looks like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it looks like poopy dog shit. So hopefully, like, stuff like this has changed. Whatever this idle pose is like changed too. Why even waste the development budget if they literally look like this? You know what this looks like? I don't know if you guys are familiar with him, but this looks like Gateo. This literally looks like Gateo. That's another big L. That's another big L for their marketing team. And then we got this. Wait, give me 1 second. I'm pulling it up. I'm pulling it up. I had a bit of a critique for the design of that dog wolf man character. Yeah, his combat animations as well, other than this like obvious meme, right? It had a lot of issues. Like the male characters, maybe like they cut them down, maybe they actually remove some of them from the game and they just are making the rest of them higher quality. Some of their kits and some of their designs, all that stuff just looked really janky and just like not that good. And so that's kind of like what my first initial take, my impression of the game was heading on into this trailer. And while I do think that the trailer looks cool, it dispelled, you know, some of the concerns that I did have. The fact that there's almost no gameplay at all does make this, you know, I think there was a lot of skepticism for this game after its closed beta test, and I guess them not addressing more of it in this initial trailer could be a cause of concern for some people, especially considering, like I mentioned before, this is a game that's made by the same studio that created Tower of Fantasy, and everyone knows how that game ended up with a lot of hype, and then the end result was that it really failed to deliver on a lot of things, disappointed a ton of players, and ended up just being a game, right, that still to this day ends up with a very mixed set of reviews. Like, people either love it or they just quit it within, like, you know, a week or a month, 2 months, that sort of thing. And the other main barrier that this game has is I don't necessarily think that its vibe, it's the aesthetic, and its gameplay are going to be direct competitors in a sense to like Wuthering Waves and Genshin Impact. I feel like the setting is way too different in terms of like what they're trying to do. Things like vehicles, the really urban environment, the exploration in that urban environment, that sort of stuff. It's more so going to be a competitor, in my opinion, to Ananta. And boy, oh boy, we all saw that initial gameplay trailer of Ananta, the stuff that they had going on. And I'm gonna be real, you can sort of tell the vibes and the aesthetic. This one looks like a bit more high-tech now that I'm, like, looking at it. Like, probably even more, like, you know, techie and urban than some of the stuff that we're seeing in NTE. And so maybe that's where, like, the differences in design are coming from. Because now that we look at some of the differences between those designs, it's pretty clear that I think NTE has chosen a bit more of a stylistically different direction, where the world looks like ZZZ, but now the NTE characters look like Honkai Star Rail ones. Straight up. This is Kafka. This is Fugue. This is, I don't know, like a fucking raven. We got Jade, Luocha, and then some of the older designs kind of look like more reminiscent of what the game was before. So yeah, I think that they're definitely addressing a certain part of the audience. Maybe they saw the number of people quitting HSR, and so they want that similar sort of aesthetic. And I'm excited to see. I've already signed up for the closed beta test. I filled out my application. I've done all the stuff over here. I'm excited to see how much the game has actually changed for closed beta test 1. I'm gonna give it a fair shake. We'll see if it's like actually good. It's actually good, because I'm gonna be honest here, with how much Ananta is going to bring to the table in terms of like this urban environment, I think NTE took that opportunity to pivot, and maybe they actually came out with a way better product. So yeah, not really a WuWa or Genshin killer, but maybe it'll actually go head to head with Ananta, or maybe it'll just get absolutely destroyed because of how good Ananta actually looks. So with that, let me know what you all think. Peace.